We are NEIP, the National Entrepreneurship Innovation Program. We are here today to unveil, or not to unveil, to continue some of our great initiatives, which is called the Presidential Pitch. The Presidential Pitch itself had been an idea, or what would I say, an initiative from the presidency. So basically, it's actually a first presidential flagship initiative. And this implementing agency is actually NEIP, which is a National Entrepreneurship Innovation Program, spearheaded by the abled Mr. Kofi Nkansa. As we hear today, the Deputy CEO, who is Abigail Olaye, is actually presiding over today's event. Let's give her a big round of applause. The NEIP, or the reason why we are gathered here, is the initiative which we are the implementers. Basically, what we are doing today, or what we started from the beginning, was to showcase young individuals from the age of 18 and 40, bringing them and setting up them with an entrepreneurship mindset to boost up the ecosystem of entrepreneurship in this country. The most important thing is that these young ones need the capacity to thrill their own brains and mind, or to set up what we call an entrepreneurship mindset, to be able to gear themselves to become not job seekers, but job creators. So the purpose of our gathering here is to open up another portal for all these young people all over the country, exactly as you see is the previous winners, to showcase or to exhibit their talent with regards to the skills of entrepreneurship. That's the reason why we are here, when we are extending our Tom and Harry to be able to boost up the entrepreneurship ecosystem in this country. Secondly, and the most importantly, these young ones actually pitch to the president and judges. And basically, the judges will determine where the scalability or the criteria that we use to select them, they use them accordingly, and obviously select them and make sure they become the winners, or basically the whole Ghana or the whole world sees how the entrepreneurship mindset young ones have done. Now, the President of the Republic, which you will hardly find it in every country, and this is supposed to be one of the first countries in the whole of Africa to stand up and go for what we call the presidential pitch, where young people are given the opportunity to speak to the president. I think that's a very great applause for the president of this country.
NEIP, Mr. Kofi Nkansa. I bring you greetings from the staff of NEIP, our directors, our abled officers and managers. But I want to start, these days that's what I do, I start with a Bible verse. I might not be a Christian, but I think I know a little bit of the Bible. If you'd help me, Madam Pat, there is a verse that says, for lack of knowledge, my people perish, right? So this morning we are here to give you knowledge. And what is the knowledge? In May, President Akufo-Addo went to a program, and on the ports of every newspaper says NEIP has created 106,000 jobs. A lot of you in here were calling us to verify that information. But I'm here to tell you that in 2018, when YES was turned, matter of fact, 2017, when YES was turned into NEIP, we had one simple mandate, and that was to create jobs for the youth. The president gave us a seed fund of 10 million to create these jobs for our youth, and that's exactly what we have done. I will play a little politics by saying that our opposition doesn't want us to say these things, because in 2016, they had 10 million Ghana cedis and only created 56 jobs. But this is what NEIP has done. So I think we deserve a round of applause in the last several years. And I will take the presidential page and give you a few statistics. Over 4 seasons, 95 finalists, 891 direct jobs created, and over 1,000 more. I think we've done well, haven't we? I would even include one person, but I didn't even put his tax in here. So these 891 are only from the ones we have in the office. We have one particular beneficiary from season 2. If I mention his name, I know a lot of people are like, really? He's from NEIP presidential pitch? How many of you eat pizza? How many of you know Pizza Man, Chicken Man? Well, I want to tell you guys this morning. In season 2, a certain young man from KUST auditioned to be a part of presidential pitch. He came in 10th place. He wasn't even 6th, he was 10th place. With a seed fund of 30,000 Ghana cedis. Then he was a student at KUST and he wanted to sell pizza by the slices. He said students could not afford the whole pie. So we gave him funding to be able to open his first branch on campus. I mentioned Mr. John Kumar. He was the then CEO that helped him open that branch in Kumasi. And today, Pizza Hut, we all know what's happening with Pizza Man. So this is what presidential pitch can do. Now you have your Pizza Man, Chicken Man. We are creating the unicorns that we need in Ghana. And I think with your help, we'll be able to achieve all these things. I am not going to bore you a lot this morning, but I will start by saying that the presidential pitch for this season 5 will be the final under His Excellency President Akufo-Addo. But we are just getting started as NEIP. The whole goal of having a government program is to make sure that successive governments will continue what you've done because they've seen it to be empowering, they've seen it to be a possibility pool. And that's why this year we give up youth empowerment as our theme, power and possibilities. I think it speaks a lot. Everybody can put a meaning to power. Everybody can put a meaning to possibilities. What can you be as a youth? What can entrepreneurship do for you? What can you use that to do for your country? So I believe that once we leave here, we'll actually bring it on this and make sure that we encourage other people who have not heard about presidential pitch to also listen, apply, do what they can do, because nobody's idea is a bad one. We only want you to bring a business idea to us, and we'll make sure that we nurture it and we give you that care, that capacity building to be able to turn you into a budding entrepreneur, a money-making business, to be able to also fend for yourself and your family and to create jobs. This year's presidential pitch will not change from what we've done. We're still going to have our 5 areas, or I would call that core sectors. It's still going to be in agriculture, fintech and technology, manufacturing and processing, tourism and the creative arts, and TVET. So that will give you 5 from each category, 5 from agriculture, 5 will come from fintech and technology. Manufacturing and processing will be 5 also, tourism and creative arts, and then the TVET. So that would give us 25 finalists. But we are also understanding that there are many who will not fall in this category, and we are calling them the any other business category. So in retrospect, to say this, we've noticed that when people apply in all these categories, somebody might have an idea that doesn't fall here. Doesn't mean your idea is not good. So whatever it is you have, just bring it to us. We will narrow it down and make sure that we're put in one of these categories. At the end of the day, we'll make sure that the top 30 come from these 6 areas. So that'll be 5 from every area. But in understanding what happened last year, it means we had a lot of good ideas. Some who made it to the last round of pitching, and I would say instead of the final 10, it was very difficult for judges to decide. So some of them were told to go and improve on their business ideas. Those ones are going to get an automatic 5 spots, and they will not have to go through applications. It means we already have their businesses, and they'll be called back, but they will still go through the pitching just like everybody else. But because we've already seen these businesses, we're giving them that edge to be able to participate again. The methodology will not change. It's still going to be a call for applications as we're doing today. We'll select the top 30. The top 30 will be run down to a top 20. The top 20 will be run down to a top 10. And then that top 10 will be put in front of the Movenpick Hotel to pitch before His Excellency the President as usual. And they will be giving funding according to the position they place. We'll be narrowing down, of course, like I said, to the top 30, and the 5 will still be part of that. So it will be at 35 essentially, to 25, to 20, to 10, and then that's how it will go. The good news is that this year we're also increasing the money we're given. Last year, I think our prize package was 2.5 million. So this year we are actually giving out 3 million Ghana cedis to the finalists from Presidential Pitch Season 5. It meant that, Caleb, you got how much, 200,000 last year? And we did give you your money, didn't we? Good. So this year's winner is going home with 250,000 Ghana cedis. Yeah, so encourage your people to apply. We mean business. The eligibility criteria is still going to be the same. Of course, you have to be a Ghanaian. We want only Ghanaian citizens to apply. So we're going to verify this with your Ghana card. You must be 18 for 40 as usual. Your businesses, yes, the business ideas you present, of course, must meet all the criteria that we have set, the 5 areas. If you look behind all of our shirts, you see that it's there, so nobody mistakes it. But I would go through them. It has to be innovative. It means the business must be a new, original idea, and it has to be creative. It has to be feasible. It means that whatever idea you bring to us, it must be able to put to work. It means that the business must be capable of being done or likely to be achieved. It has to be scalable. It means that if we get this business going, we can improve upon it and be able to give other people jobs through this business again. It must be impactful, meaning that at least whatever job we have to be able to address the societal problem. I mean, we should be able to solve the problem for society and any environmental challenges that we have. The businesses must be, very importantly, the original work of the person who is bringing it. I have seen others go and copy other businesses. You know, our intellectual property rights here are not as strict as other countries, so we try to protect the ideas of many as much as we can, but please do try that when you bring an idea to us, it's an original idea from you and not from somebody else. I think at this point, I would have us launch the website so we can go through the application for all of you to see. We've simplified the process this year, because last year it was really tough with the videos. A lot of people had problems with that, so we are taking that out to make it a bit easier. Let's please make sure that we share these information to our prospective applicants, that it's going to be a 2-week window. Last year, we had almost a system breakdown because everybody decided to wait till 2-3 days before the deadline to apply, and our phone lines were swarmed. Please, please, please apply as soon as possible. It doesn't make any difference if you apply earlier or later, because we're still going to look at them on the same day, which is after the deadline of the application. So please apply as soon as you can. So with this being said, and with the help of my team at NEIP, directors, CEO, and all, and when I mean all, I mean everybody at NEIP who's had a hand in making sure our youth receive and get job created by us, we deem the Presidential Pitch Season 5 duly launched.